Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool pinball repair video for you this evening. We have been working on this awesome Gottlieb Shipmates pinball machine. We've done 4 videos on it so far. This is our 5th one. We're hoping this will be the final one. It's been stretching out. There's a lot to work on it. But we've got it pretty much doing its thing. We're down to the last little parts. And I think the first thing that we're going to do on this video, because everybody's been waiting so patiently, is we're going to install the brand new backglass that we got from BG Resto in this machine. That should really make the machine. So I'm going to change all of these light bulbs first because they'll be hid once the backglass is in. And then we'll get the box out and go ahead and install that sucker. So let me swap all these bulbs first. I don't know how long these have been in there. And once we get past that, then we'll be able to put the glass in and cover them all up and see what that beautiful art looks like illuminated. That's more like it. The second player ones are flickering a little bit. Those are lit up at the end of the game like this by the game over relay. So there's a switch on the game over relay that's a little touchy. That's why that's doing that. But I've got everything lit up. Check this out. See, this is the match. Now if I was to reach in the back here and move the 0 to 9 unit, the match at the end of the game depends on where the 0 to 9 unit is. Okay, these are all of the 1000 lights. I think this is the high score. Like it says high score and you're supposed to write it in. That's the title, Shipmates. Ball 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Game over. I don't know what that one is. Might be player 1, 2, 3, 4. There's nowhere that looks like it's made for a flashing bulb. So I think they're all supposed to be solidly lit. Now, you can put a flasher wherever you want, but it looks like they're all supposed to be solidly lit. Okay, so let's grab the backglass. So if you didn't see our first video on this game, we waited quite a while to work on it because we were waiting on the backglass from BG Resto. And so it took us a while to get it, but we did get it. Let me pull it out. Looks so colorful. So they say keep the tape on the edges of the artwork, blah, 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 blah. Don't spray water on it. Don't spray Windex on it, it'll mess it up. Boy, I'm a speed reader. Okay, so I'm gonna unwrap it and we'll get a good look at it. Alright, so like most BG Resto backglasses, if you don't know about them, basically they can make any backglass because they kind of print it and then bond it to the glass. And because of that, it makes it where they can just print it from a file instead of having to silk screen enough to make it profitable. So it's not a silk screen backglass. I would say a silk screen backglass would be better, but it is not. However, as you can see, it looks really good. So I'll show you a little close-up. You can see at a glance, you cannot tell this isn't silk screened. I mean, I do a lot of these, and I'm telling you, it's as close to damn silk screened as you can get. Look at the lines. This is printed. Like, how in the world are they printing like that now? Let me try to zoom in on something you art people can see. Yeah, this will be a good place. That is printed. I mean, it's an excellent print. If you get close enough, you can tell it's not silk screen, but it's so close to silk screen. This is just a perfect way to do it if silk screen is not available. Look at that. And so if you don't know much about art, the way they used to do a lot of this art, the way they did this kind of art, was they would silk screen it. That's how our t-shirts are made, by the way. You take the flat piece of glass and then you print one color on it. And you do it with a screen and you squeegee paint all over it, and usually it would be just the black lines would be the first thing. And then you go back and you do just the light blue. And then you go back and you do just the dark blue. And then you go back and you do just the yellow. And there's all these different screens that you have to put down and put the paint over. They used to do it all by hand. Now they do it with machines, but it's a very time-consuming process. But it's how most printed glass used to be made, or I guess how it's all printed glass used to be made. If not that, they would hand paint it. So some of the old clocks, for instance, some of the actual glass on it was hand painted, which of course would be even more expensive, and you'd have to have tons of good artists. And so you can tell silkscreen because it just has the lines are very sharp, and it doesn't look like it's printed. So, for instance, we have an old Dracula here, 2 of them actually that are coming up, and this is silkscreen. Most pinball back glasses are. And so that's how they did that. You can see where the detail is there. See how the woman's skin tone doesn't quite line up with her hairline there. You can see a little white line. It's because the registration is just slightly off, barely. And it's a pretty detailed print, so when it's off a little bit, you see little lines here and there because of it. But it's still excellent. I mean, that's done very well. So that's silk screening, and this is damn close to silk screening, but somehow they're printing it. So printers have came a long way, folks. But you know what? None of that matters if it doesn't light up right. So let's install it and see how it looks in front of all those lights. Here's the back showing the color mask. I mean the light mask. And again, it's just excellent. On most of the old back glasses, though, you wouldn't see any of the color. Yeah, because they covered it with a really light silver, or like a white, and then the rest was silver. But I mean, this is about as close as you can get without actually silk screening. Look at that. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Very well done. All right, folks, there it is. And it looks fantastic. Just looks great. I fixed the little light flickering thing. So I thought what we'd do, we'll turn off the lights and then we'll compare it to the silk screened one next to it. And you can see the difference. It's a little bit darker is the thing. Now, I am not one to complain, so don't take that as a complaint. So I don't know how well it's going to come through, but you see light spots. Basically, wherever there's a light, it's kind of like whenever you put LEDs in one. So there's bright spots right around the light, and then it just doesn't quite diffuse it as much. That could be just the backing that I was talking about, the white paint that's on a regular one. But it looks really good. I mean, it's certainly light years ahead of what was on there. Okay, now here is a actual silk screened one. Now this one, I don't know how well this is going to show in the video, but like where you can see the lights behind where it says Dracula, you can't really see them here in person as drastically. And Dracula and the girl look really good. Like you can see all the definition. It's not bled out. All the colors are very bright and vivid. There's not a light spot. I can see here on the camera, it looks like on the girl's calf, you can see a bulb. It's not like that here in person. It's all more smooth. So it must just be less perceptible to the human eye. But with that said, I mean, they both look really good. So I wouldn't hesitate to buy one. I like to get the silk screen ones if we have to buy a new one, but you know, if they don't have one, this is the way to go. And it was not cheap. But and it didn't come quick because they had to make it custom. But how else you gonna get one? So that really makes the game, I think. Now it looks like something now. Very cool. Took this thing from zero to hero, baby. All right, folks. So I took off the cord that they had taped on, put a nice end on that cord. Everything looks nice with that now. And I printed out instruction cards, so everything looks nice with that now. Very cool. I wanted to show you an interesting feature of this game. If you're not into the old pinball machines like this, I would probably question why you watched all these videos. But if you're not, you may not realize some of the cool things that they had designed into them. Gottlieb especially. So one of the things that they would have is something called a carryover feature. So some of these machines would have different things that could happen on the playfield that didn't get reset at the end of the game. You never see that really on solid state games, more modern games. I'm sure they could do that. It's just I don't know of any modern ones that have chosen to do that. But on this one, it's this little feature here that says 1, 2, 3. When you hit the roto target, if you whatever number you hit, it actually lights up the corresponding number here. So I hit the 3, and it lit up the number 3 light. Okay? Now that is going to stay like that even if the game ends. If you unplug the game, move it across the state, plug it back in, that number 3 light will still be on whenever you turn it back on. It doesn't reset. The only way it can reset is if all 3 of the lights are on. Because there's a special switch that only gets connected when all 3 of the lights are on. They call it the sequence switch. So let me show you, let me just show you what happens at the end of the ball. Let's get a point. Okay. So when the ball drops, watch the 1, 2, 3. Nothing happened, right? Now if I shoot the ball, we're scoring, we're playing, everything's doing its thing, blah, 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 okay? The 3 is still on, all right? Now, if we move that roto target to another light, we have the opportunity to light up one of the other ones. So let me just hit the 3 to show you what happens when you hit the 3 a second time. Boom, 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 we got our 300 points. The 3 light stayed on, right? So to turn that, we can either land in these saucers or hit this little swinging target up here. Landed on 3 again. 3 again. Okay, there's 1. So now the 1 is in view. So if I hit the 1, boom, we got 100 points, and it lit up the number 1 target. So now if I lose the ball, it stays like that. And that stays over to the next player as well. So let's say you're playing a 4-player game. It stays like that, and the second player gets to play with both of those lit up because it does not reset at the end of the ball. It doesn't reset at the end of the player. It just stays on the playfield like that. Okay? So now you've got an interesting opportunity because 2 of them are lit up. So if we can get that to land on 2. Boom. Okay, we're on a 2. So now if I hit it, watch what happens here. So I just want a free ball by lighting up those 3. Same player shoots again when lit. So I don't know that anybody would do it this way, but back in the day there were different concepts of this, a holdover scoring feature. Some games it may be more drastic. It may give you a free game instead of a free ball or whatever. But you could literally walk through the arcade back in the day and find one that was just about to hit. It was almost like gambling, but not quite, right? So now whenever we lose the ball, right? It didn't add up to my next, I didn't go to ball 5. So what's going to reset that? There are 3 relays that come on that basically drop on a little mechanism back here. And when all 3 of those come on, it drops a 4th relay that has a special switch on it. And that switch is wired in line with this switch, the runway switch. So as the ball rolls over that runway switch, it will reset all 3 of these targets and reset the same player shoots again. And that's the only way that you can reset it. So like I said, it holds over from player to player and also from game to game. And this one's a little bit more pedestrian, but like I said, some of them were very creative. They came up with a whole bunch of different things that they could do. But if you were wondering what the 1, the 2, and 3 mean, that's what it means. So whenever we go over the runway switch, watch it all reset. Well, not quite enough. Gone. All right. So now this time, whenever we lose the ball, it counts against us. Right? So it's just one of the cool things that they would design into these older machines that make them just a little bit more fun. Things like that, you wouldn't even think that they would come up with stuff like that. But it grew gradually. You know, the early machines were just, there were no flippers or anything. You just literally shot a ball out, it landed in a hole, it lit up a light on the back box, and that's your game. That's how that worked. I mean, on the very early ones, it didn't even light up a light. You just landed and then you counted and went, well, look at that. I got a 50. Right. No, I got a 3 and a 2. I scored 5 points. Beat that, Billy. Right? And they got a little bit more complex. So at some point, somebody said, hey, I got an idea. Let's make it do something where the next player gets the benefit of it. Because if you think about it, it kind of encourages people to, you know, this, like I said, this one, all you do is win a free ball, so it's not that big of a deal. But it encourages people to play more, and also it encourages people to play cutthroat. Because if you're playing a 2-player game, you get to steal the other guy's extra ball. What if he's got 2 of them lit, now it's your turn, and you hit the 3? He might even have the 3 on the, all he has to do is hit it. Or, you know, he's just missing the 2, and it's right there. All you got to do is hit it, and you win a free ball. But then he loses his ball, and now it's your turn. And all you have to do is hit that 1 hit, and you just stole his free ball. So they call that cutthroat, you know, and it's just cool. But back then, I think they had more people playing against each other. I think now, unless you've got just a lot of stuff going on at a location, a bar or something, most people play games by themselves, 1-player games. They don't play 2-player or especially 4-player. All right, folks, we're going to test play it a little bit. Let me read the instructions for you. It's got the original flippers and the original coils on it too, so you know they're the 2-inch stunners. So that we may put the dot, what are the orange dot, red dot coils on the flippers to make them a little sharper. We're gonna have the owner test it out and see if that's what he wants to do or what he prefers. Okay, I mean, it plays fine. I think it's playing about how it was originally intended. But 1, 2, 3, or 4 players. Instructions: insert 1 coin and wait for machine to reset before inserting coin for additional players. You have to do that because it'll steal the coin from you if you don't. You gotta wait. Players take turns shooting as shown on the back glass. So basically, whoever's lit up, that's their turn. Hitting targets or top rollovers adjust value of the roto target as indicated. Hitting targets or top rollovers adjust value of roto target as indicated. Top rollovers. Oh, they're saying the 110, 100 thing. Okay, that makes sense. Hitting the roto target lights the corresponding spot. Lighting spots 1, 2, 3 lights the shoot again light. So we've figured that out. Points are scored as indicated. A tilt does not disqualify a player. All right. So we've got the glass on it. We've got the back door on it. And so they play a little bit different once you button them all up. Makes them sound a little different too. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh! They slid it right by me. So on the newer games with the 3-inch flippers, you know, you can shoot it all the way back to the top. But you saw what I just got with the little 2-inch stunner there. That's about what they're capable of. There's a reason that they went to 3-inch flippers. Oh, come on. Come on now. I have 115 points so far. It hasn't been great. I haven't even lit up my pop bumpers yet. I'm up to 177 points. Oh, not quite enough. You're getting 1 point when you hit the pop bumpers. Oh, come on. They robbed me. I've been robbed. I got 193 points. Now, notice there's no bonus countdown or anything. All right? So, it's only illuminating the one player because I just played a one-player game. I'm going to try a two-player and see if it only illuminates the two-player game or how that works. So that's one player. Two-player. Oop, I got a point somewhere. Where'd I get the point? Man, that's deadly coming out of there. See how it bounces over to the middle? All right, player two. Whoop, here we go again. I gotta hit my roto target, make sure it's working right. Player one. That's killing me, those bumpers not being on. We gotta get through that target up there. I mean, this is like, you only get 1 point. I gotta get better than that. Yeah, there's something there that's giving me 1 point. I gotta figure that out. It just did it again, you see it? There we go. Now we make a few more points. Boy, she gets lively with a little bit of with a little bit of the lights on. Okay. Now we're cooking with butter. You know, these older games, the kickers played just as much as the flippers did. Whoa. I want to hit that roto target. one player. Yeah, it looked. See what happened there? Was it the? I think all that happened was the lights switched. I think we've probably got a switch. Yeah. So when I hit that one point switch up there, I think this one's a little tight. To the point where when you roll by it, it's scoring. Maybe. Sometimes. Because watch when the ball goes over that way. It scores a whole bunch of points. That one over there didn't score. So it needs a little adjustment. Okay, so at the end of the 2-player game, it lit up both players. So that's, you know, how it should be. Okay, folks, those flippers aren't working very well, so we're going to fix them. So I ordered some parts, like these links. See how they've got play in them? So that's a problem. And then I also ordered the hot coils to make a whap whap, hopefully. So I got the stuff in, and I got this nice little note. Love your YouTube channel. Thanks for the business, Hunter. And he sent us some swag from Marco Specialties. We order from Marco a lot because they're just right down the street. Actually, it's an hour away, but you know, the world's getting smaller. So we have a Marco koozie. That's pretty cool. You put this on your drink. And it says Grand Champion. And then it tells you to customize it with a black permanent marker. Your Grand Champion initials. That's pretty sweet. And then he gave us a couple keychains. They're pretty slick. Oh, it looks like there's a quarter in there. That is some nice piece of keychain right there. That's pretty cool. Look, it's got a relief like a real quarter. Pretty slick, Marco. Pretty slick. All right, so we got the parts. So we buy stuff from Marco all the time. They're awesome. We suggest getting stuff from Pinball Resource and Marco Specialties. There's other good places too, but we like them a lot. So this is what we needed. Yeah, that's the one. Oh yeah. Okay, so I've got to pound out this little, what do they call that? Roll pin. I got to pound out that little roll pin to put it in. I think you can buy the whole assembly too, but I got just the links. All right, so I got it out. You can see our problem. This is what zaps your power. The hole elongating a little bit. Because what happens is when that plunger pulls in, it moves a little bit and then pulls the link. If it's tighter, it immediately pulls the link. It just gives you more power. And that does make a huge difference. So that's our first thing we're going to do. So the way I usually do something like this is I just set the thing up on something with a hole in it, like this pair of pliers. Then line your punch up over it. Bam, hit it. Don't knock it all the way out because it makes it much harder for you. If you can get it to stop before it gets all the way out, once you put the new one in, all you got to do is tap, 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 tap. Easy peasy, baby. So I got to do this one and the other one. And then I think we'll try it without replacing the coils and see how much better it is. And then we'll replace the coils and see how much better it is with new coils too. All right, I don't have the glass on, so the whiners will be happy about that. Let's see if it's any better with the new fiber links. Personally, I don't like playing them with the glass off. Right down the right drain. They seem stronger. Oop. Oop. I haven't been able to flip yet. I can't test them if I can't hit the ball. We're going to have to cheat, people. That seemed a little stronger. Oh, no, you don't. Get out of there. Oh, hell, it did it anyway. Didn't get a good... I didn't get a good flip. There we go. Ah! That's probably about how they normally are. I also adjusted the angle to where they're more how they should be. So yeah, so they're definitely stronger. Oh yeah. So that's probably about how they are designed. Let's play it one more time. Yeah. I'd like to get a good shot up to the very target and also the pop bumpers just to prove that it's possible. That's crazy how it hits the end of that ring and it scores. Oop. I got that one adjusted right. There we go. All right, so it's possible. It's completely possible. What is that sound I'm hearing? I've got a relay pulling in somewhere that's buzzing a little bit again. Okay, so they're definitely a lot stronger. So I think they're probably right now about how they were when the thing was designed. But we're going to pop up the coils, the flipper coils, and replace them with hot coils. So they make coils that are stronger than the factory ones. So we're going to try that. I'm going to see what that buzzing sound is that I'm hearing too. All right, folks. So we got the new yellow dot coils in there. So if you don't know, the way they make those, they take a few windings off of the regular coil. Makes them a little hotter, a little snappier. And also I leveled it a little bit. So I've got the back level, front level, the ball will roll a little better. So let's play a game or two. See what we think. It has reset. It has dropped the ball. Boom. That's nice. Ooh. Yeah, they're stronger, don't you think? Now, you know, part of this is just, see how that went all the way up to the pop bumper? I'll show you after we lose the ball. We hit our very target just fine. As the right one's nice and strong. Did you see that? Okay. Pinball has changed. Keep that in mind. You can't just buy an old pinball machine and it's going to be just as nice as the newest Stern pinball machine. Right? Look at how this playfield is designed. See how there's just one little area here and one little area here that even allows you to get to the top of the playfield? And then there is a pop bumper right in the way. That's because they don't really expect you to get back up to the top of the playfield very easily. So you can make a pretty, you can probably backhand it. I don't know if it'll have enough power, but this flipper can shoot to here. And that's it. That's as far as you can possibly go on this playfield. That's just how it was designed. So you've got a shot from here to there. That's your shot. So, a 2-inch flipper, that's all it's capable of doing. That's just how they designed the game. If this was all open and you had drop targets up here that you were supposed to shoot from these flippers, well, yeah, it'd be ridiculous. You wouldn't be able to do it. But the main shot is right here. You're going for these holes to spin the very target, and then you're trying to hit the very target. The stuff at the top, you kind of do if you can get the ball back up to the left or to the right of that pop bumper. But it's just, the game is completely different. The way they designed them was different. That's one of the, whenever people say things like, they'll compliment guys like Steve Ritchie and stuff like that, people don't even understand what was going on there. He didn't invent, of course, that shot or anything all the way to the top of the playfield, but he did invent some shots, right? So guys like that, and some of the guys before him, they really did change pinball into what you play today. This is how it was in the early 60s. It changed. So a lot of those guys that people are telling you are awesome pinball designers, a lot of the stuff that they created, people completely take for granted, right? So with him, it was, wire forms, and he kind of, I think, didn't he do a lot of them with third flippers? Just stuff like the figure 8 shot that he does. So, I'm just using him as an example, but there's lots of pinball designers like that. What do you think about that skill shot there? Oh no. Oh no. Alright, we're gonna play one more game. Then we're calling the customer and telling them, hey buddy, your machine is ready. Come and get it. Have fun with it. Slid it right by me. I haven't turned on the pop bumpers yet. There we go. It heard me. Oh, the 3's exposed. Let's shoot our 3. Try to get our 1, 2, 3 thing going. Missed it. I don't tilt them, people. I'm not the type to cheat. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Don't you dare go. Ooh, it switched it over to the green one. Okay, I need to get my 3. Ah. I don't really like these gameplay videos. I get the most amount of complaints on the gameplay videos. They're kind of a pain to me. I just do it because I know some people like watching and play it, but a lot of people just want to watch it so they can point out every little thing that they would have done better. So I I don't really enjoy... Oh, I didn't hit it. Oh, man, I almost had it, too. Well, the 2 would work, but that's it. That's the end of the game, people. All right, so there you go. That is Gottlieb Shipmates. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Tell me all your complaints. Make sure that you got everything that you don't like about it, and why you wouldn't own this if it was you. That's my favorite ones to read. So leave all those below. I will see you on the next video. I hope you enjoyed the series. I know a lot of you did, but I know a lot of you probably didn't, so oh well. But we'll see you on the next one. I think we really brought this one back from nothing. It wasn't doing too good, and now it's looking good and playing good, in my opinion. And we'll see if the customer likes it. I'll bet he will. So we'll see you on the next video. Hope you enjoyed it.